everybody to join into the session. But in the meanwhile, I would encourage all of you all to actually introduce yourself, use this as an opportunity to network with one another. We've seen in the past that a lot of business deals happen just by networking during these sessions as well. So I'll just put in a format which you can use to introduce yourself. It's fairly simple. All you need to do is just a second, I'm putting it there. Yeah. So you need to just send in your organization name, what your organization deals in, your name and what you represent at the organization, as well as your contact details, or you can send out your GlobalLinker profile such that everybody can connect with you and stay in touch. So for the new joinees today, we'll start at sharp 1:05. But please do use the chat section to introduce yourself. It'll be nice to know each other. The way we'll also do this session is we'll keep it as interactive as possible, not really just a one-way communication. The idea is to for you all to understand how you can digitize and grow your business with GlobalLinker, but also to answer any of your queries that you might have. I would invite you all to use the Q&A section at the bottom to ask any questions that you would want to get addressed towards the end of the session. And feel free to send it in as and when you get the question. Don't wait till the end. But use the chat section to interact with each other and not really ask questions because they might get missed out. Yes, hello, hi everybody. I can see that some of you all are raising your hands and interacting with one another. So just a little about myself. I'm Malvika and I'm representing GlobalLinker today. Like all of you know, GlobalLinker is an online business networking platform with over 4 lakh plus SMEs. And it's really nice to see that these SMEs or business owners come from various industries, various categories. In fact, there are more than 150 categories and industries that we see on the portal. So yes, I can now see the chats going up and the number of attendees also increasing. Very nice to see your linker store also in the introduction. So nice of you to send that. Yeah, okay. So we have just a minute or two left to get started. But again, like I told you before, we will keep this as interactive as possible. During the session, I will ask you all some inputs, certain questions. Please do use the chat to reply yes, no, your understanding, any comments, feedback, all of that, so that we can make the most of our next 1 hour today. And again, I'm really excited to see all of you here today. So we just have a minute or so left, but I remember in the previous session, there was a gentleman who was dealing in rice and a lady who wanted to buy that raw material to actually further sell it. And they interacted during this session and just introduced themselves and got talking, got interacting, and then struck a deal. So do use this section and this time to do that as well. But also, just before we get started, I wanted to tell you all a small point on a research that was conducted. And indicated that over 40% of businesses, not meaning to scare you, but 40% of businesses will die in the next 10 years if they don't learn to accommodate new technologies, new digital skills. So we are here in this journey to help you and accelerate your business using these new technologies, new digital equipments. So again, do stay actively engaged throughout the session, reply in the chat box, send in any queries. And just to give you a brief about what we're going to cover today, It'll be a broad overview about digitization, about how you can use GlobalLinker, how you can actually make your business digital, and why it's important to have an online profile, how you can create a rich one. And of course, how do you then get started? What are the different ways to use various sales channels? How do you attract new prospect customers? And then we'll take on the Q&A session. And I will intentionally leave ample time for the Q&A section such that we can interact with each other and sort out any queries that you might have. Since you all have already gotten started in this journey, congratulations actually on taking the first step. So, okay, so without now further delay, let me get started. Let me just share my screen. I'll take a moment. Okay, so I hope you can see my screen now. I've covered this already, but what to expect is basically a broad overview of GlobalLinker. In fact, I'll also do a live demo of the platform so that you know where and how you can explore what you can use to make use of the solution. And of course, the importance of a digital profile, what all you can add, why, where, when, how, all of it about how to sell online, attracting prospect customers, as well as then the Q&A section. So before I move to the next slide, how many of you here today know what is GlobalLinker and know how it will help you? Just type in the chat box. It'll be nice to see your understanding of what GlobalLinker as a business networking platform is. So while we, okay, I can see the chats going up. Yeah, not aware. Okay, so that's the reason we have this session today. But the idea, or GlobalLinker, just to put it in a literal sense, is just like the way we use Facebook to connect with friends, or even LinkedIn to connect for jobs or for work updates. GlobalLinker is a world of business opportunities. So it's one single platform for you to solve all your troubles as well as enjoy the benefits. And it is a reality today. There are over 4 lakh plus businesses, or a community of business owners interacting with each other. They're sourcing, they're interacting about how do I source new raw material, where do I get more distributors, how do I engage and appoint new agents. They're talking about their new achievements, their awards, any new product launch. They're using certain products and services that enhance their journey. So this community is actually a free to join platform, but it is an invite only program. So so glad that you all have been invited by some organization or the other to join GlobalLinker. Now it is, think of it as your online business circle. Now we know and respect the fact that every single business owner, small or medium, has a very large potential as well as a large dream. And therefore we are trying to help these business owners in their journey to make it more simpler, profitable, as well as enjoyable. So these are the 3 things that we'll focus on. But just moving to the next one. Yeah. The idea of the solution is actually to help business owners make their business. So each of you to make your business more discoverable as well as transaction ready. Now, how do you make it more discoverable and transaction ready is what I will show you as a live demo on the platform. So, but basically to create your digital identity, whether in the form of a digital profile, a digital card, we'll understand what a digital card stands for, a digital catalog, or even a digital store. So let me actually now stop sharing this and show you the presentation as well. Sorry, the live demo of GlobalLinker. Just give me a moment. So each of you already have your own accounts, and I'm just logging into mine to show you how it looks like. Okay, so this is my profile. It's very similar to any of the social profiles you already have today, where you do have your own identity in terms of a profile, as well as you are able to see what engagement others are doing. Now, the first section here on top you can see is share ideas and opinions with SMEs. So this is the section you'll use to talk about your business, to talk about anything that you're inquiring about, anything you're looking for, or to share just some knowledge, some trade alerts, some inputs for various other business owners to look into. Now, the idea to do this is to build trust and credibility. So the minute you have posted something which benefits the reader or the viewer, so let's say you've posted something and I really like it, I will interact with you and then we can form a business connection. So let me show you the kind of things that are happening on the portal today. So if you see this organization, they've put up a poster in what they're dealing it and they're dealing in, and they're looking for buyers in India, or for, and people are commenting with what are the kind of things they're looking at, or for example, people are posting photographs of their products, or what are the kind of achievements they're doing, what are the kind of events that are being held. In fact, there are a lot of organizations today that use this section to contribute knowledge, contribute rich information to the rest of the community. So, and I'll come to that now. It's basically where on top in the resources section, you can go on to knowledge. Here you will see a lot of companies, market leaders in various domains, as well as organizations like yourself are contributing articles telling everybody what their expertise lies in. So, for example, here you can see Mr. James is talking about smart ways to grow your small business in a fast fashion. Or, for example, there's this organization, Federation of Indian Export Organizations, who's actually giving in weekly trade alerts to every single exporter every week about what they can look for, what they should know about. Or even the Retailers Association of India is putting in trends or, for example, keys to success for retail sector in India. So if you are a business owner who can share information or rich content about the subject rather than your business, that will attract your viewers to really feel that, yes, this is a credible business. They know what they're talking about. They know their subject well. If I'm looking at, let's say, for example, some legal services, let me keep this organization in mind. Instead of just putting up promotional posts like I deal in XYZ. So that doesn't really, I mean, there are a lot of companies who deal in the same product today. So the way to make a mark or a presence on the portal is to by contributing your knowledge and sharing with others about it. In fact, you can use this section as well to read and understand a lot more on various sectors, various domains, right? So this is the first section that I wanted to show you all about. Now moving to the next one is the groups. Now we have used this in various other social platforms as well, where a group of like-minded people come together, form a group, interact on that particular subject. So let's say we have a group here for accounting or bookkeeping. There is a group on import-export agents. There's somebody is talking about BSc for SMEs. So here is where you will get concentrated knowledge or inputs on that particular topic. So do go ahead and join groups of your interest and do contribute there as well, so that people know what you're looking for. They know what to interact with you and when to do that. right? So since this is fairly explanatory, self-explanatory, I'll move on to the next section now. This is an interesting area of the events section. So here is a one-stop place for you to explore all events happening across the SME industry. Now, whether it is about how, like today you joined this session, so whether it's about sessions in terms of digitization, or how do I create my online catalog, or not just with us, but also with other organizations, put up there, let's say, for example, a sellers meet. So various events are happening across the world, which are getting posted here. So you could keep an eye on this section to join anything of your interest. In fact, there are various courses also that do get posted. Another way you can use this is by actually also, if you have an event, so let's say you are conducting an event in Hyderabad, and you want more business owners to come and visit your event or be a part of it, whether it's digital or physical, you can use this section to put it up here so that you can invite other business owners. In fact, you could use it as a page to get all your registrations as well, and you don't have to rely on other tools. Now, moving to the next question, we'll come to catalog a little later, but the offers section is what I would like to also showcase to you. So for business owners, small and medium enterprises, we have curated services that we feel are needed by SMEs, but not only that, at pre-negotiated rates. So we respect that you don't have the bargaining power alone to get the right kind of pricing, but collectively we all together are getting the right kind of pricing. And the services range from getting a workspace, or even business lendings, SEO. So whatever you're looking for, we have market leaders here providing their services. So whether it's just booking a ticket, or even renting a office space, getting something to do in Tally, or even your digital signature in Tally. So all of that is curated for you at a discounted rate, such that you can avail these services. So again, now moving quickly to the next section is basically a product that is an online store builder. Now, whether you are a B2B platform, a B2B or B2C business, or let's say even an industrial business, you can use this for your benefit. Now, let me show you a couple of examples to illustrate what I'm talking about. But here is a business of, let's say, social entrepreneur who is doing sustainable fashion. They have made this entire e-commerce catalog using the tool that I showcased to you here, this online store builder. But what is important for you to notice is it's not just a B2C store, it is also a B2B store. All their distributors, their retailers are also engaging with them via this website. And how that happens is basically every single distributor, retailer has a different set of parameters that are assigned. So this business, Kritikala, says that distributor A is looking for these products with a minimum order quantity of this much, with a discount of XYZ, with a credit limit of ABC. And all her different distributors have different parameters. She inputs all of that, and the distributor or the retailer sees only that parameter. So if any of you are interested in exploring a little more about this B2B aspect, where you are empowering your trade partners, your distributors, your retailers to engage with you at such a level in order to kind of eliminate any manual errors, eliminate your salesperson going to the outlet and booking your orders, then do drop a message in the chat box and we'll have somebody contact you post the session to interact a little more about it. So let me also show you about another store. This is a store in, this is a catalog in beveling machines. And here what you'll notice is a lot of businesses say that I can't reveal my price, or my product is customizable, or I want to interact with the customer before I tell them about the pricing. So here you'll notice that here the first product has a fixed price, but the second product says price upon request, send enquiry. So you can use that as well, where you are allowing, you're capturing interest from your viewer or your prospect customer about your about their product, and then you interact with them. So they talk, the minute they express interest, they'll put in the quantity and what they're looking for and their detailed requirement, and then you can interact back with them. Let me just show you one more store before we move on. Again, this is just, you can add in as many categories as you want. In fact, to the point that even payment gateway and logistics support is provided. So once your store is created, you've added banners, you've added a logo, you've made it aesthetically appealing, you can actually use our curated services of logistics as well as payment gateway providers. We have already partnered with them such that when you get an order, all you need to do is select it and fulfill that order. So just going back to the portal now, and we can take on any questions in specific if you have in relation to this. But if you see here, these are our various partners for logistics and payment gateway. Now, just going back to our presentation, because I think you have a fair idea about how the platform looks like. Let me also show you why or how important digitization is. Just give me a second. Okay, so I hope you can see my screen again now. So before you get started with your journey online, I'd like to ask you all a question. As business owners, we understand that resources are limited and everybody needs to use them wisely. So I want to know from all of you, what is your limited resource? What is the most limited resource for you? You can use the chat section to say whether it's time, money, bandwidth, capacity, any of that. We've seen in the past that 85% of businesses say that more than money, time is a constraint. So let's see what you all have to say. So do use the chat to kind of send that in. Okay, I can see somebody, some people sending personal messages. Capacity, bandwidth, money. Okay, so networking, right? So no matter what your constraint is, it's important that you plan properly and then you invest your resources in the right direction. So in the session ahead, I'll also show you what are the various channels that you can use in which you can tell your prospect customers that you're actually online, you're ready to service them, no matter where they are, when they want to reach out to you, all of that. So again, before we move forward, I think let me ask all of y'all to draw a tree, and draw a tree in under 7 seconds. It can be on paper, in your mind, anything, but just draw a tree in under 7 seconds. So I'm sure that more than 95% of y'all would have drawn a tree, just like the way they taught us in school, 2 lines for barks and then a cloud on top to depict the tree. Now, if I were to actually, we were to do this session personally, where we were meeting and sitting in a group, and it was a competition where all of us had to draw a tree. we would be as creative as possible. We would actually think of various out of the box ways on how do I make this tree more colorful, how do I show fruits, how do I depict in maybe painting, all of that. Now, what I'm trying to bring here is basically the fact that networking truly helps you generate ideas. It ignites the spark in you, whether or not the other person has contributed to your spark. You will be able to suddenly think of more ways in which you can improve your business. So, in fact, just telling you a little about why you should have your own sales channel. Now, a lot of times now we have actually started blocking advertisements, or maybe clicking on skip ad on YouTube. All of that, we've all done that, and we're all aware about it. But all of us, how many on the other hand have actually now started following influencers, or started following celebrities? So why are we doing this shift? Why? Because we as consumers today are actually trusting humans rather than promotional content. We don't want to know about that particular brand. We want to know how that product can actually help us. So you as a business owner need to really invest in building your own brand, because nobody is going to do that for you. And the minute you do it, you'll start getting noticed. So, and then why should we really diversify on marketplaces? So I'm sure most of you have your products, services on Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, on various marketplaces today. But as a consumer, just stop for a second and think about it. If you were purchasing a product on any of these marketplaces, how often do you read the name of the seller? So I'm not saying you shouldn't be on marketplaces. 100% you should be there. It's important for you to get new customers, but that is not your way to build a brand. Nobody today reads the name of the seller on a marketplace. So for you to build your own brand, you need to have your own sales channel, and which is where I showed you the digital catalog, whether in the form of a B2C store or a B2B store, right? So moving to the next one fairly quickly, again, I showcased to you, but at GlobalLinker, we have over 20,000 plus sellers who are actively using this store capability, whether in the form of a B2C or B2B. And personally, I've been interacting for the past 4 years with a lot of business owners like yourself, understanding various insights that they've been sharing, data, learning, and I'm trying to collate all of that and share that with you today. So again, before we move to the next part, I'd like to ask you all, how many of you shop online today? Just say yes or no in the chat box. Do you shop online? Yes, I can see some yeses there. Yes, I shop very often. Okay. So now stopping to that question, but moving to the next one, how many of you are allowing your customer to shop online? So I can see Mr. Rizwan, Kunal, great. Are you allowing, you like to shop online? You do it very often, but is your customer able to shop online from you today? And not just reading about your products, but also transacting with you. I can see a lot fewer yeses now. Okay, so just leaving you with that thought, but if you want the experience of shopping online, so does your customer. So it's important for you to provide that experience. And that's where we'll now move on to the stages of digitization, or let's say the digital roadmap. Now, so there are various stages, right from foundation, promotion, growth, maximization, and then you do a repeat cycle. But how do you lay the foundation? By creating an online presence, and then by staying digitally active, and then by actually promoting your products and services, establishing that trust, Then you start doing social media, digital marketing, search engine optimization. Then you actually then start scaling up by relying on data, on trends. You start increasing your profits, finding ways in how do you reduce costs. And at the end of all this, you sustain it. You build ways on how do you get repeat customers? How do you earn goodwill? How do you build loyalty? So this is the cycle that we are all in. But I'm sure a lot of you might argue that you've been doing business traditionally for years now, and my customers come to my store, they purchase my goods, so why should I really move online, or why should I even partially move online? So let's take an example. We have here Urmil Vaswani, who's on our members here today. Let's say Urmil has her own store of a footwear products in Mumbai, in Andheri. And today she gets 50 to 100 customers every single day to purchase her products. But she's been making profits, no doubt. But how does she now expand? How does she now reach 1,000 customers a day? Let's hear from you all. Urmil has today 50 to 100 customers a day to her footwear store. How does she now expand to 1,000 customers a day? Any thoughts? Okay, so I can see some messages here around schemes, discounts. Okay, so let's say now Urmil has put in a discount, she has attracted people, and she's done a fantastic 50% off sale, and she starts getting 200 people. From 50 to 100 a day, she's ecstatic that she started getting 200 people a day to her outlet. But her profits have gone down, right? She has given a high discount to kind of get these customers to her store. Now, let's say she did this online, right? So Mrs. Sanjay said, put her store online. So let's say she did this online. What would have the difference been? She would have actually run a discount even then. I mean, but she would have run a discount only on her lean periods. She will be able to keep track on all the data, on all the insights, that what her customer is doing, when, where is the dropout, why the customer proceeded forward, were they looking for a discount, or were they actually wanting to just buy the product. And then she then figures out that, okay, on Tuesday, between 5 to 9, I don't have customers coming to my store. On all the other days, I have 100 customers coming to my online store. So only on Tuesday between 5 to 9 p.m., she runs the 50% discount, and now she has a new set of customers coming to her. She's actually now expanded to 300 customers during that 5 to 9 sale. So what I'm trying to bring here is that with digital platforms, or just digitizing your business, you will be able to get trends and patterns of your customers, and then be able to strategize and plan better. Now, let's say Dr. Anuradha here comes to Urmil's store, and she says that, wow, you're now getting so many customers on your online store, but I have started promoting my handloom and embroidery business to various countries, not just limited to Mumbai and Andheri, but I have been able to reach out to customers in Australia and Africa to get my honey, my forest honey, every single part of the world. That's when Urmil realizes that I think moving digital is key, but each of us are on different stages. What we need to realize is the goalpost will keep shifting. We need to be able to move from one step to the other. If you don't have a digital presence today, create it. If you have a digital presence but don't have a digital store, then make that. So what I'm trying to leave you with the thought is that move in your journey fairly fast, so that you're able to scale up, because the sky is the limit in the digital roadmap, right? Okay. So thank you, Dr. Anuradha and Urmil here for being a part of my example. But moving quickly again, we've tried to factor in a digitization index um, to basically identify various stages that you as a business owner may be at. Now, all business functions, right, be it marketing, sales, logistics, accounting, all of them have various areas for digitization. Let's say in marketing, for an example, you have a logo, but you don't have your own domain name website created. Or you build trust by sending emails via your domain name. Or you start creating an online profile, you then start staying active. Or let's say you allow your customers to purchase from you. So, well, if you have a website, is it an informational based website or is it an integrated e-commerce store? If you're on social media, are you how have you just created your social media pages, or are you posting frequently? Are you running ads? So the idea is to move one step down at each different function that you are at today. Are you allowing your customers to get your products at their doorstep? So no matter which stage you are at, it's important you just move ahead. And again, just going to the next one, there are different functions like operations, sales. So are you able to track data efficiently? Do you know when your customers are purchasing, when you should run discounts, how often are they purchasing, what mode are they using to purchase? Or let's say in the B2B section, are you allowing your distributors and retailers to order from you? Or are you sending your salesperson to actually visit them, tell them which are the different products, and then book your order? And then, of course, there are a whole lot of errors that happen at that. So he had to write 30 products, but he's written 8 instead of 3. So in order to avoid all of this, it's important you then move to the digital aspect of that particular function. So start small, start at an area where you think it's important for you to digitize, whether it is just maybe, let's say, doing inventory management or getting digital payments or even doing customer management. So start at some point and then progress from there. So again, now I think we have about 20 minutes left for our session today, and I'll quickly stop here to read all your questions and respond to them. So this is your time now to actually ask all of your questions. I'm showcasing on my screen my contact details. I have some personal messages asking for that. I will put it in the chat box as well. Yes, the session will be shared with you. The recorded version will be shared with you after the session if you have registered via GlobalLinker. Let me just pause here and see all your questions now. Okay, so anything for the service industry? Vandana Prasad asks anything for the service industry. So let's take an example again. Vandana, let's say you were in the pest control business, which is a service related business, and you have various packages like rodent control at this time, or whatever different packages you have today. Why can't you bucket them as products? You don't have to have a physical product to have an online store. All you need to do is to be able to productize them such that the customer also finds it easy. Now think about it. If you don't productize it, which means you're not leaving it in the mind of the customer. Right now, I know that Vandana deals in pest control, but I'm not prompted that, okay, these are the different types of pests, these are the different products that she deals in, these are the kind of services she can do. I can book an appointment with her for this. So that is what you will be able to do digitally using Linker Store. So I hope that answers your question, Vandana. Dr. Anuradha, let us know whom to email for creating a digital store. We can mail directly. So, so you can create your online store on your own, or we can actually create it for you. So, Dr. Anuradha, you ask that how do I have GlobalLinker create the digital store? We have a nominal fee to creating your store, and let me just actually put that in the chat box where you can express interest to get a call from us in relation to that. So just express interest here, or I'm again leaving my contact details. You can drop me an email that you want our services in terms of creating your digital catalog. Yeah, I've sent my contact number and email. I'd prefer if you send an email first so that we can just resolve it fairly fast. So that answers Dr. Anuradha's question. Urmil Vaswani, I really liked your example, Malvika, but the footwear store would have a price range of 200 to 5,000. What about a store dealing with a painting worth 2 lakh? How do we create a buyer experience for the, how do we create a buying experience for the buyer so that they can easily spend that kind of money? So that's a very nice question, Urmil. I think the way to do it and the reason to do it online is you will be able to first showcase all your products in one place. You're not like, let's say you have you have a physical store you mentioned. So they come to your store and they have to see all the products, but you are limiting to the number of customers around your store, or let's say a little away from your store. But I'm in Hyderabad, you are in Mumbai, I want to explore your products. I like your paintings, I would want to purchase them. That is the way you act, and everybody respects that artists have a higher cost. I mean, I'm not really understanding your question. Is it that how do you justify that cost? Then that's something whether online or offline will be the same. But how do you create a buying experience so that they spend that kind of money? It's again by building trust. Because if I know that if I'm purchasing on urmil.com, I will get my product. Let's say maybe start at a smaller price as well. Maybe you do a smaller painting where you have a ticket size of a lesser cost. I'm able to now say confidently that I purchased a painting, I got it home, my money was not lost. Then I will be able to kind of build that trust and say that, okay, now I can go ahead and buy a painting worth 2 lakh because I know my product will come to me. In fact, it will come home. I don't have to take the hassle to package it and then bring it home in my own transportation vehicle. So I hope that answers your question, Urmil. So again, now moving to the next question, I have an online store on GlobalLinker. If I want to add more than maybe 100 products, is there a way to upload the Excel or is it to be done manually? 100% you can upload an Excel sheet. There is a format in which you need to add in all your product details and you will be able to upload them all bulk. It's not manual. Again, just to answer that a little more in detail, we have online sessions every single day at 7:30 p.m. conducted by our in-house expert, Mr. Adnan, where he showcases every day a little about promotion management. How do you kind of upload products? How do you edit it? What are the prices? How do I delete some inventory? So no matter where you are stuck at, you can join any of these sessions and ask your questions live and we'll be happy to showcase it. I will in the chat box also put the Google Meet link, which you can use to join every day at 7:30. The link remains the same. Just tune into the session every day to learn something new on what you can do on your online store. I'll actually request my colleague here to put in that link in the chat box. Adnan, if you can just put in the training session link. Okay, so moving to the next one. How do I reach out to exporters? If I'm an exporter, how do I reach out to various countries? Okay, so there is a new portal that has been launched, which is the Indian Business Portal. This is an international trade hub connecting Indian sellers with foreign buyers. So if you are interested to be a part of that portal, you can create your online store and request us to link it. We'll do that. But let me show you a glimpse of how the portal looks like. It's a marketplace to connect. Just give me a second. Yeah. Okay. So this is the portal I spoke about, where Indian exporters or sellers are able to meet foreign buyers. Over 2,100 plus stores have already been linked to this portal. If you have not already linked your business, go ahead and do it. This is how it looks like. There are various categories. Again, you don't have to only have a product which has to be purchased with a price. You can also do price on request and invite inquiries. There is a special focus on GI tagged products. So geographical indicators of the country, all of them have a special focus. So yeah, this is how the portal looks like. And Federation of Indian Export Organizations is the leading organization behind this portal in collaboration with us. And they are promoting it with various embassies across the world to showcase our Indian specialities. Just like this, we have various other marketplaces as well. In fact, the government of Telangana has made a portal for all the sellers to showcase all specialities of the state, ranging from pearls, ranging from Warangal Daris to Karimnagar, silver filigree, all of that at one place. So if you are a business who would want to be a part of a specialized or a focused marketplace like this, do drop me an email and we'll help you get linked to that. Okay. Urmil Vaswani, is there any fees for having a store on GlobalLinker? No, if you create it on your own, it's absolutely free of cost. There are some features, advanced features that have a cost based on that feature. But in order to get started having your store, there is no cost at all. So do go ahead and use it. If you want us to create the store for you, then there is a fee for it. Okay. Moving to the next question, can you share the recording? It will be sent post the session. My colleague has put in the chat box the link you can use to join the everyday sessions that I spoke about at 7:30. The link remains the same. All you need to do is bookmark it and just save it somewhere. Monday to Friday, all working days, we have this session. So do use this opportunity to learn about how you can maybe upload a logo, upload a banner, how do I do various things on the online store, or how do I even use the B2B capability. Okay, so are there any further questions? I can see some on the chat box. How do we market our products and services, Mr. Ravinder Padala? So, Mr. Ravinder, I'm not sure at what stage you are at currently. Do you currently do it offline? Do you do it online? If you do it online, are you already linked to marketplaces, or you've not yet started your journey? So please share more details. I'll be able to help you with that. There's a question from Shanti Priya. How do we allow our customers to order from us? To do that, all you need to do is create your online catalog, whether it's B2C, B2B, industrial, but allow them to send in an inquiry or be able to purchase, right? Share with me the platform links where I can do this. So again, I'm putting in the link of the Indian business portal that I showcased. Thank you, Malvika, for answering my questions. So are there any further questions that any of you all have? This is your time to ask them. I thoroughly enjoyed the session and really thankful for all of you all for joining in today, as well as thank you again to the volunteers who were a part of the example today. Any more questions, or we can wrap up for the day? But again, I'd like to leave you with the thought that it's important for you to progress in your journey, in your digital journey. If you don't have something online, get started as soon as now. If you have it, then progress. In fact, you can have your own digital card as well. Instead of giving your visiting card to people who you go and meet, you can share your e-biz card, your electronic business card via your GlobalLinker profile. All you need to do is maybe add it to your signature while sending out an email, and they'll see it every single time. They'll see if you have a new product launch, they'll click on it and see your detailed profile. So do make use of that. How can GlobalLinker help in a B2B marketplace, Mr. Sanjay Devan? I would request you to kind of contact me offline. I will have to understand your requirement a little further to answer this, but if I get some details, I'll be able to tell you a little more. Are there any more questions? Thank you for joining in today. But yeah, I'm so happy that y'all are benefiting from these sessions. So if there's anything you'd like to hear in specific from GlobalLinker, do mention that in the chat box and we'll try to factor that in. You can ask anything ranging from how do I do certain activities, or any focus, or joining a group, anything that you have at all, and we can pick it up in the next session. Okay, so thank you. I can see that there are no further questions now. We have a vision of India making the top 5 exporters. Thanks for the wonderful session. 100%, if we all work together, help each other, then we can definitely achieve that vision. Thank you for joining in and making it a wonderful session today.